Going on, guys? It is T90 official, and we have a team game here for you. And so I'm excited for this one. It is probably what I say every time. I'm excited for this one, but I always am, really. And so let's introduce the players. We have a lot of big players, honestly, in this game, and let's introduce them here for you. So playing as the Celts, we have Eighth Wonder here, and he is actually the flank for his team, and we have his pocket in the red, Naja, playing as the Chinese. Having a little bit of a rough start, it seems, but should be okay. Now down here, as the pocket, and I just said, how is the Viper always pocket? But anyway, the Vikings, and we have the other flank, Spaden, Spanish. Spaden, Spanish. All right. So across from Spaden, we have in the pink, purple, whatever you like, the Celt Nikov, who I believe, this was last week I checked, was the highest ranked team game player on Voobly. And I'll keep saying that until I see that changes. But pocket for Nikov is Goku, and Goku is playing in the gray. And then the other pocket is Slam, playing as the Vikings, and then right on back over to Dogao is playing as the Spanish. So I actually believe the pockets are the exact same, a Viking and Chinese pocket, and then flank are Spanish and Celts. So that makes it interesting. They're actually flip-flopped on sides, so we have Spanish and Celts versus each other on each side. But also very interesting. That's actually quite rare that happens. You could always do, someone in the chat can do the statistics on how that happens and how that works, but I'm not certain. I'm certainly not going to do it. But yeah, let's just double check, and yeah, that's how it is. Celts and Spanish on both sides. So I'm waiting on the statistics, by the way, on that. I'm waiting, and I am certainly counting on one of you guys to give me the specific percentage of how often that can happen. Well, you know, the percentage of that happening, basically. So what is the likelihood of a drush on both sides, both flanks? I'm thinking that it is highly likely that we will see a drush on both sides, and that means probably a little bit of walling off that, a little bit of fast castle action, and then a lot of castle age aggression from everybody. So that means a long game. That means we're going to like it. And Lots Gal actually not having food income for a little while there. Shouldn't be a huge deal, but certainly a small deal, I'd say. And never the best to have that happen. So let's just double check the woods for the pockets, or the flanks, rather. A 4 on wood for Dogao. Back on this side, we have 4 on wood for Eighth Wonder. And that kind of implies a drush. Then we have 5 on wood for Spaden. And then 4 for Nikov. So I'm thinking drush. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm thinking drush. And I'm liking the fact that we have like 22 people viewing right now, but we have like 5 or 6 people chatting. That is absolutely exceptional. I like that fact. And there's the lame. There's the lame. Eighth Wonder. He's trying to steal the boar of Dogao. And is he going to get it in? We will see. Also, Slam's trying to steal his sheep at the same time. And oh, it did not work out. He's going to lose his sheep as well. And this is not pretty. Viper's going to go. Can Viper get it? I'm sorry, Viper was that color last game.
Yes.
Was a little bit confused. I should probably reassess my mind. But that's not Viper. That's Slam, who just stole the sheep. And both Dogao and Slam are on the same team, and they stole Eighth Wonder's sheep. So I guess that's fortunate for Dogao. And Dogao, he's going to get his boar now. And that's very good. Back on the other side, I don't think there was any laming action, really. Not that I really saw. Just making sure. I mean, I do see 2 boars here from Spain, but I'm thinking those are his original 2. I guess you could always check the scout's HP, but look at this nice little wall here from Spain. He can do one house, and almost like the entire front of his base is walled. Of course, he's going to build another house, probably a barracks at some point as well. That might lead Spaden to go for just like a feudal, fast feudal, but we'll see. Certainly something interesting is going on with that build. I'm not familiar with that, but yeah, that house isn't going to go up, that's for sure. So gonna have to build a house elsewhere. But getting loom and gotta bring those resources in, and definitely going just for the feudal age. And so that's certainly interesting. While back on this side, what is Nikov doing? Is Nikov aware of what's going on? Nikov seems to be aware of it as well, and gonna do the same thing. So interesting choice. Drush from Dogao. And it's funny, I said these guys were probably going to drush, and I'm actually only seeing one drush. So anyway, we see the drush coming across from Dogao onto 8th Wonder. Every time I say 8th Wonder's name, it makes me think of the Maroon 5 song, Makes Me Wonder, and it makes me sing that song in my head. And it's really it's really actually getting to be annoying, because I start, like, thinking the song. So here we go. Dogao knows what's up. He knows the quick walls are going to come in, so he's going to try and stop it with his scout. But he's going to lose his scout now, so maybe that was a little bit risky there. He didn't really do all that much with it. So quick walls are going to come out, and are they going to come out in time is the question. Because in comes the drush. We got a quick wall there. We didn't have a quick wall there. And there's villagers. Are they trapped? Are they going to be able to run home? I think they're going to be able to run. Should be just fine. But that villager's going to be very close to dying. And I think proper micro from 8th Wonder. Certainly leaving things too close for comfort. But look at that. Leading some of those militia in to the TC fire. And we've seen Nikov sending out some militia. That probably means we're going to see man-at-arms. Man-at-arms are coming out, and somehow that villager seemed like it was being attacked through the palisades, but it wasn't. Also, we have Goku sending a scout over to help the attack, and that means this wood line and this gold needs to be walled right away. That's going to force Spaden, as Spanish, to make archers, which is really interesting because they can't get crossbows. So we're going to see these man-at-arms come in. And is Spaden going to even fast wall? Like, you think you would be doing that right now. That could be bad, unless he's going to try and deal with them. We'll see. Over here, it looks as though these guys are just walling, making archers. And these man-at-arms, that's going to be a villager for sure. And like I said, fast wall wouldn't have really taken all that much time. Goku's even taken out Spaden scout there, and in comes the man-at-arms. There's more than one of them as well, and the archers are here. They could deal with the man-at-arms in time, but the vills could go down for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of idle time and a lot of not good stuff these man-at-arms have caused. Man-at-arms got a villager. Did it do much past that? Well, could it get another one here? I don't know why it's not attacking. That could have killed another villager there for sure if it was attacking. It might even get it right now. Yeah, it's going to get it, but I don't know. A little messy from Nikov there. But Spaden certainly should have just quick walled. I'm not sure what was going on. So we have the archers coming out from 8th Wonder. Where's he going to go? Because the walling from Dogao is quite substantial. Dogao is Spanish, so maybe he wants a time, use his backstone, and go for the conquistadors. That could be a choice. That could be a choice for sure. This is all cleaned up now, but I have to say Spaden. Lots of idle time, really messy stuff. And we already have the pockets all clicked up to the next stage. And Goku, as Chinese, going to be going knights for sure. Going to be sending some pressure out, you would think. So, what happens when you wall like this? Well, of course, you're going to have all that pressure that's going to come to you go right to your pocket. And is Slam going to be prepared for this? It actually looks like he will be. He has the walls in the proper spot. He has no real problem with dealing with this. Is if he quick walls his palisades, I think he'll be okay. The archers are going to walk right into the TC if they go that way. This way, they're not going to have any real success. And there's going to be knights coming out from Slam anytime soon. So, Viper. Let's take a quick look at Viper. By the way, Viper is playing. We haven't been talking a lot about him, but Viper's playing, and he has 2 stables ready to go knights. probably knights as well, potentially camels from both Chinese players. So, but here we have Nikov, and he's coming in with his archers now. And it's funny, like I said, that the Spanish player has been forced to make archers in skirms. They cannot really upgrade those archers at all. It's not that they really can't, they just flat out can't. And so it's not ideal. So Viper's going to have to help out in a big way. These archers, well, they can't do any damage on Slam. So what can they do on Goku? We'll just see what we can do and go over to Goku. And so they're going to make their way over, and they might be able to get a Vil, actually, if they maneuver their way in there. But, oh, they're patrolling, and we'll have to pay attention to that. They could certainly see it. Have a scout there as well. And one Vil down? Well, potentially. Obviously, it's going to be the end of those archers pretty shortly, but this is more menacing than anything, I think. Nikov doesn't know it, but Nikov could actually win this fight and push on in. He could have done that a little bit earlier. However, Viper's here now with the Knights, and that's going to be actually a huge problem against Nikov's army. And Spaden knows that Spaden's going to push out and try and help Viper. Now, Dogao, it looks like he's just going Knights, and that's interesting as Spanish. He's not going to go Conquistadors, so okay, going Knights. And that's certainly going to be better than what we have from Spaden at the moment as Spanish. And Goku's going to have to help out with his Knights. Goku actually going to be better off with his Knights because he's Chinese, can get bloodlines, and he also has +1 defense. Viper cannot get the bloodlines as Vikings. Oh, this could be huge. We have 8th Wonder trying to push in. Of course, this walling had come in, and we have Nadia. Wow, this could be really huge. I don't think this TC is going to get up. We have Nadia coming in with the Knights, and also the archers from 8th Wonder. They should really push in, try and stop this TC from going up. And you know what? It looks like this TC is just going to go up, and they're not going to be able to engage here. So Dogao, really nice TC, just in the nick of time, and I feel like that was really, really good thinking from him, or a little bit of luck that he was able to get the TC up, who knows. So this is interesting, because Viper's kind of out here, he's not back here with Spaden's men, and now Goku is not really with Nikov either. With the +2 defense Viper has, it's going to be hard for these Knights to... Well, it's going to be hard for these archers to do anything versus Knights. But, of course, we're going to see the same from Goku. And back on this side, we haven't really seen these units do all that much. They actually have gone right back to this area. Try and defend against what Dogao is sending right back at them. But, unfortunately for Nikov, I don't feel like he's going to really be able to do all that much with these archers. So I feel like he should just go back with them. It's funny, like I said, I just can't get over the fact that Spaden is having to invest in all of these archers. He's not going to be able to upgrade them to crossbows. So it just kind of makes me laugh a little bit. Kind of makes me chuckle. But regardless, he is on a lot of stone. And he could get out the Conquistadors. So that's a plus for him right now. We're going to see the upgrades finally for 8th Wonder, and 8th Wonder is going to have the crossbow upgrade. He's going to have +2, and that's going to be finally something he could deal with Knights first, and that's going to be good for him. He's also going to get some extra TCs up. Viper, of course, at this point, he's getting a big boom on as well. He's actually, Viper, just getting up his 3rd TC, so he's been sending a lot of Knights out. And, oh, is that, did he just open that? Nikov, that is, oh, why did he open that? That's insane. He opened the hole in the wall, and now that's not good. That's not good. So anyway, these Knights are in here now, and Viper is actually choosing to go back. I guess he could allow Spaden's archers to do the work here, but he's going to try and win this fight instead. And that's insane that he opened that right there just to save a couple archers. Really, really, really bad. So anyway, this fight's happening, and I really think it's hard to call, but the biggest deal is that these archers are in here from Spaden, and they're Spanish archers. you don't say that every day, but Viper seems to be winning, and Viper's going to push on in this hole in the wall, and this could actually end the game. This could actually end the game for Nikov right now. Nikov is just hitting the Castle H right now. As far as military goes, he has 5 military, and he needs all the help from Goku. Goku doesn't have that much, so he's just going to get TCs up and try and survive that way. While back on this side, we still have these armies kind of clashing, but nothing really all that huge because these guys have walls and they're just booming up. 4 TCs there. But Viper knows he needs to put the pressure on now. Spaden too, he's pushing it with his archers, and he's pushing in. Can he do a significant amount of damage? We'll see. Just got to kill Bills right now is what they need to do. If they really set Nikov back, it'll just do all the damage now, really. And look at this. Vills are going down. More than one Vill as well. And I have to say, Nikov losing 45 units, only killing 11. That's not a good ratio. And losing another one there as well. And this is really, really not pretty. And this hole is still open. Viper's just still streaming units in here. I wonder if we could just see a castle, that castle we were talking about from Spaden, right on top of Nikov. Let's see, what do we have? Spaden, yeah, he has more than enough for the castle, and he could build it right here. He could build it right there. There's nothing stopping him. Oh, there we go. There we go. He's going to build the castle there without a shadow of a doubt. He's just going to walk right through the hole in the wall and build the castle. So that's going to be a real mess. I'm wondering all this time where Goku really has been. He doesn't have much in the way of military. I wonder if they've kind of said, hey, let him die. But, okay. Not really the best. And he's got to build the castle there. Okay, I understand. They don't have the line of sight we do. They don't know what's going on behind here. But in reality, they could have built the castle there. That's still a very good position for it. And so, we have the Knights just killing everything here. And, back on this side, the fighting is still going on, and I kind of forgotten about it, but it's not as significant, really. Not as significant. We have Pikeman researched for 8th Wonder, and he's trying to deal with Dogao and his heavily upgraded Spanish Knights. But, of course, Campbell's from Candy Pizza are going to be able to deal with that pretty easily and chasing them down quite well. So his castle's gone up, and Viper's going to continue to try and push in, it looks like, with the archers, with 4+2 now from Spaden. So funny. Spanish archers doing a decent job, actually. Just makes me laugh, man. Makes me laugh. So I think the pikeman mix with the crossbows is actually going to do not too bad a job. Are they going to meet up here in the middle and catch whatever these Vills are trying to do for Slam? I'm not really sure. That'd be also very interesting, because these Vills, they're in trouble if they stay there. But look at this. Viper pushing in. Obviously, Conquistadors are going to be made from Spaden. And, what can Nikov do? Like, all these farms he can't use. He can't use this gold. He can't use this gold. He can't use this gold. He can't even access any gold that I can see. And, this Mangonel being created from Nikov misses the archers because Viper's there. And, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's not looking good because Viper's on his way to Imp. Slam's on his way to Imp, of course, as well. And he's going to try and raid Viper. But we'll see how Viper can deal with that right now, because Slam has a couple units here. We do have kind of a push in on this side on to Slam at the very same time. And is Slam going to be able to deal with that? I feel like that's even more significant, because Slam, he seems to be kind of building this side. He doesn't have any military. He's also ranged students here that can pick off his Vills over top of wood lines. But Viper getting into his TCs. He seems to be building out in the front as well with archery ranges, so it seems to be the standard thing. And there's a Mangonel shot in the archers. They kind of had a long life, but it's about to end right there. And looks like finally Goku's been able to push back a little bit. And I want to see if there's been any food or anything sent. No tribute whatsoever, so it looks like Nikov has just been able to try and boom back into this. But the problem are the Conquistadors now. And look how quickly these Knights will go down to the Conquistadors. Pretty darn quickly. So, that's a lot of Knights. I still think they could take a fight at the base of the castle if there were some Rams there, but there aren't any Rams. Camels are coming over from Najid to help out Viper. And Viper's getting, just now, the crossbowman upgrade, of course. So he's going to try and get Arbalest pumping and everything like that. So, back on this side, of course, like I said, the range units are going to be a problem on the wood line. And this wood line is getting absolutely gutted by crossbows, as 8th Wonder is just killing vills, and Slam has no clue. Slam has no clue. He is unaware that his vills are dying, and it's not good. They just continue trying to run back to work. Now, Slam, he's trying to deal with what Nadia has here. Nice quick walling, though, I will say. Forcing those camels to run underneath the TC, and that should be the end of it. That is just a pretty skill right there. That is a very pretty skill as he gets Cavalier. So, still, these vills have been pestered away at. A couple pikemen there defending. And I think this is going to be the end of Nikov, really. Viper's been defended here. We have Dogal going up to Imp. Is he going to be able to deal with 8th Wonder? It's kind of interesting, because he seems to have been dealing a lot of damage to him. But, you know, we have 4 TCs here from 8th Wonder. He's of Horse Celts. He can go Halb. I'm not so sure. Everything's a toss-up right now, except the fact that Nikov's probably going to die. And that's probably going to be the deciding factor here. So Goku's clicked up, and that's good. He's Chinese. And what's his choice going to be? Is he going to go heavy camel? I'm not so sure. He might be worth going Cavalier for him. And then past that, maybe Arbalest. I'm not sure. I think it's a worry that 8th Wonder hasn't clicked up yet, because we're going to have Goku in the Imperial Age in a moment. And so, like I said, that's going to be a real worry. But this is huge. I mean, Viper's just standing underneath TCs, so he can do as much damage as possible. And also, these Conquistadors continue to come out from Spaden if they need to assist. Viper's going to have capped ram. He's just going to continue to push in here, really just waiting for Goku to help out. And so, on the other side, I mean, Slam seems to be really strong. I mean, his economy seems to be really strong. He seems to be building out, getting Arbalest. He's building back in this direction so he can kind of keep Dogal safe and getting a Siege Workshop up there. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know how successful it's going to be, this fight and the rest of this game, if we have dying over here, Nikov. I like the fact that he made a couple. Oh wow, what a huge Mangonel shot! That was absolutely huge. I was gonna say I like the fact he made a couple Mangonels, and now I really like it. That was absolutely awesome, But still, Nikov, he's not gonna be able to defend himself unless he gets his castle up. And so if he gets his castle up, that's gonna be absolutely insane for him, because I think it will hold until Viper gets Siege Ram. I think it will hold for sure till Viper gets Siege Ram. And Viper does not have that coming in just yet. Viper, of course, could be raided at home as well. And we have right here the push from Slam, and Slam pushing in with Dogal. And we don't have yet 2 Imp 8th Wonder. 8th Wonder could die as well, so it's all very interesting. 8th Wonder's basically going just pikemen. But with this Arbalest there, Arbalest can deal with the pikemen quite easily. So, that's a lot of rams from the Viper. I was hoping that maybe with the Mangonels, that Nikov could deal with the capped rams. But the problem is that these Conquistadors should be able to deal with the Mangonels. But these are just the beefiest Mangonels I have ever seen. And will this castle be able to stay up? I don't know. There's a lot of Arbalest there attacking the villagers. And that's a lot of repairs. This is insane, because the knights are coming in from Goku, and I think it's gonna stay up. I think it's just gonna stay up, and that was insane. That was an insane engagement there. And like I said, that castle is gonna be important. Well, they fought for that hard. And Nikov says, phew, in the chat. Well, I think he should definitely repair it more by now, but he's not going to. He has a lot of Mangonels, man. And that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. I don't know, he killed like 6 Conquistadors with Mangonels. You don't see that. You do not see that at all. But anyway, luckily right now we have Nadia pretty strong, helping out with heavy camels. And so the heavy camels are going to be helpful. against Dogao, who's going to get Paladin. And maybe if they use proper micro, they can take out the Arbalests then with the Onagers that seems to be coming in for 8th Wonder. So back on this side, still, this castle seems to be standing. And Nikov's team taking the score lead, which is really surprising. Really surprising. This castle's still there. Unfortunately, they can't really seem to push it with anything because Nikov has no siege. Nikov isn't even imp yet. But look at this. This has absolutely been an outstanding turn of events. This game is really flipping. I don't know how to call it right now, honestly, because 8th Wonder's struggling. Spaden, what's he doing? I mean, he's going to be imp, but I guess he's going to go Cavalier. But he's been struggling as well. He didn't really do all that much with his push and his conquistadors. And all of Viper's forward is going to go down at this rate. And so I'm interested to see if the Siege Onager coming in from 8th Wonder is going to play a huge part. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will because, you know, with the amount of Paladin we have coming out from Dogao, it could be a real problem. Be a real problem for the Siege Onagers. Because, oh my gosh, there's the Onager shot, okay. I mean, that's what they need with the Siege Onager. They need opportunities like that. But the Paladin, anyway, can snipe the Onagers, and that could just not be good. But Elite Chukunu's coming out from Naja. Obviously, a little bit of a pause. And we have... how many castles there? 2 so far, and a third one coming up from Candy. Who is Naja? I say Candy or Naja, whichever my mind brings me to. So real quick, I'm going to tab out and see who's hosting me, actually. We have Voobly hosting me. Wow. Thank you so much, Taff, or whoever was involved in hosting me. I assume Taff. But that's awesome. Thank you. Obviously, Nimano as well. Nimano as well. Nimano was the first one, so full credit to Nimano. But so, you know, the Elite Chukunu, I was talking about how big a problem these Paladin would be, but you know, the Elite Chukunu, they can really deal some damage to these Paladin, so we'll see. But I'm not sure what Spaden has been doing. You know, he has 48 Vils idle at this current time. Of course, when this pause occurred, that's probably due to this attack, right? I mean, he has these TC, you know, units in the TCs. So let's not make fun of him about that. But he has 110 villagers total, and he's just hit imp. Like it doesn't make much sense for me. While 8th Wonder on the other side has already been to imp, and he's like getting Siege Onager researched. It just didn't help Viper out much, and keeping in mind Viper built all his buildings forward, it's just like a huge problem. It's a huge problem because he's going to lose all that. He's already lost the Siege Workshops. Though saying that, these pauses actually are beneficial sometimes to the game because I can almost inspect everything that's going on. So we have the Siege Workshop here, and it's still like could do like a sneaky build of a ton of rams and take out that castle. No, I'm sorry. That's his allies' castle. It could take out like push out here, or even if this castle goes down, Nikov comes out with these mangonels, just snipe them. But yeah, I have to say, you know, Vikings late game is really reliant on the Arbalest, and Viper doesn't have them right now. There we go. Looks like it's back. The Siege Onagers, though, and it's going to speed up now, too. This is going to be absolutely insane. I wonder if I can just slow it down. No, I don't know. Let's see. Because I honestly, the next game probably won't start right away anyway. So we'll keep it at decent speed and just try and follow what's happening. So Viper, he's got to help out here for sure. And he's got to do a lot of the work until we have the Cavalier coming out for Spaden. But back on this side, it seems to be a huge battle that's about to take place. We have the Siege Ram coming in from Slam. Slam's making all the Arbalest. They're also collecting this gold here, Dogao and Slam. Really doing a great job. Keep in mind that back on this side, you know, Nikov still needs to get up, and he's on his way up. With those mangonels still not really playing a part, and I think they might later. But the Siege Onager has come in, And I want to see a huge shot. I think we all enjoy those huge shots. And so it's interesting now because we could see the Paladin be tempted to come in and get the Siege Onagers. And if they come in too far, the Halbs could get them. So, of course, heavy camels there as well. So it's all very interesting. As we still have Goku, of course, very, very strong. And Goku coming down here to kill some of Viper's gold collectors. And he's killing quite a bit there as well. So Siege Onager's not really playing a huge part. We don't have many of them. I haven't seen many huge shots. And that's really not good. These guys, as far as villagers are concerned, 8th Wonder is actually the lowest at 94, as all this is kind of taking place on top of his town centers. He has a couple raids of Paladins coming in now, and but that looks like it could be a really good fight for 8th Wonder and Naja. I mean, most of his Arbalests got soaked up. There are some now behind, and they might want to go back for the camel's sake. Yeah, those camels are all going down now, and it was very good for Slam to push back and take the top of that hill. So, like I said, I am going to slow it down a bit now because it keeps speeding back up. Siege Onagers really haven't done all that much, but they can pay off in a big way. Well, down here, it looks like Spaden has bought himself a little bit of time to get the Cavalier rolling. And Viper, he has the Siege Rams there. He could still continue to push in, like I said. Goku looks like he's kind of playing the defensive role on this side and is making these bombard towers. But you know, Viper's going to push in here, and he's still using the Siege Workshop, like I said during that pause. These guys, of course, starting trade at this point, so you got to keep in mind there could be some huge trade raids. And look at this. The Arbalests are on the hill. Siege Onagers, they're going to come out. Are they going to be able to get some big shots here? Because the Paladin have not come out just yet to help out. Oh, no, attack the Arbalests. Attack the Arbalests. Let's see. There we go. Not a gigantic shot. But certainly would have been interesting. But like I said, the Paladin don't want to engage the Siege Onagers there because there's a lot of Halbs. They have a lot of upgrades. That trap, though, it did take a Siege Onager. It's going to go down with it. And, you know, the middle of this map is quite open. And I have to say, Slam has been on top of it. And he's Vikings. He's making light cav now. I think he's going to begin to raid quite a bit. And so we'll see how that one plays out there. This hill is also very important, I think, for Slam and Dogao with their ranged units and their attacks. Even the Siege Onagers attacking uphill are going to be less effective, and I really like that. But this is a huge deal here. The Viper, like I said, was pushing in here. He's making a lot of rams, and he's really pop-capped right now, unfortunately. Also, speaking of pop, I mean, it's not good to have like 15-20 villagers repairing at this point in the game. It's really not ideal. Just for like this type of positioning, it's not ideal. But they're sending out soon-to-be Paladin as well. Cavalier, Arbalest. This could be a huge fight. This could be a huge fight. If Viper takes the hill, it looks like he's just patrolling in. They could really do a great job. But are the Mangonels from Nikov gonna play a huge part again? That would be really, really interesting. They could actually do a decent job against these Arbalests here. And again, it seems to be speeding up on me. But I'm not going to let that happen. As the Rams continually push in, Viper continues to stream them out. And also, keep in mind, Treps could come out from Spaden here. The Paladin has come out. Those Mangonels aren't in range of the Arbalest. And the score has gone back to the Viper's team. Well, back on this side, they're just holding. And Viper seems like he's taking it here with Spaden. The Paladin, absolutely huge. Keep in mind the help from Goku. It doesn't have any Chukonu. It doesn't have any camels, like we're seeing from Naja on the other side. And look at all these villagers in range of these Paladin right now from Nikov. He's going to have to run, and he is running. And this is not good. This is not good at all. It's just not good. I wanted to say something that was worse than not good, but I guess that's as bad as it gets. I don't know. It's just astronomically bad. There you go. Because he's now down to, he's somehow at 142 villagers, but his military is at 0. So your villagers really mean nothing at this point. And so it's also very interesting. But I do like that Slam, he's starting to raid in the middle. He's sending out these rams at Viper's castle, which is somewhat covering this trade line a bit, you know. Looks like a little bit of trade raining has happened as well. And you know what, that very well may go down. Very well may. But this is bad. This is bad. They're just trying to delay, I think, this push from Viper. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that at all. Like, I honestly don't know if they're going to be able to stop this train of Paladin and Arbalest. Now, here, I like the move from Dogal to go with some bombard cannons, but up against the bombard towers, which have 8+3 range, you have to be careful how close you get to them, as you just saw there. So both these guys kind of going defensive on each side, and I would love to see some siege rams here. Siege rams would be so effective versus Vikings and Spanish in this situation. But in comes Dogal with a ton of Paladin here, and this is the thing. There's just raiding on both sides. If Viper gets his Arbalest in this location, it's pretty much over just because of the amount of trade that would go down. However, you know, he's continuing to push in. He hasn't quite gotten there yet. If somehow Goku can help out, it'd be okay. I like the fact that Dogal is trying to kill the trade here, but he is Paladin. They can't kill them that quickly. That'll be cleaned up. Back on this side, they're also not pushing in that successfully, and I don't think it will really be that successful, as 8th Wonder doing a decent job with the siege there. And there's not going to be any strong siege from, you know, Slam's team, because Nikov here, he's Celts and has no military really. There's no military. And like I said, once these castles of bombard towers go down, this trade goes down. And that's the game. They're very close to the markets right now. And that's a lot of Paladin as well and support. And this could be the game-ending blow here. That's a lot of rams. Viper's just streaming out rams. I mean, just making siege workshops everywhere. This is absolutely insane. And so we have this castle going down. How much defense are we going to see from Nikov? How much defense are we going to see from Goku? I'm not so sure it's going to be enough. This guy's trying to push in on this side to do some counter damage, but look at the siege onagers dealing with the Paladin there. I'm not sure why 8th Wonder is sending Bills out. He might be trolling a little bit there, but unfortunately, that's a lot of bombard towers. That's a lot. The onagers, they were in there. And look at that! Nikov with the Mangonels and onagers, man. He's been doing a heck of a job today. And just holding on, really. I mean, he's had a really bad game ever since he left the hole in that wall. But that was actually a really, really huge deal that he was able to do that. Just to hold this trade for now. But I think that's all they are doing, honestly. There's nothing else really significant going on here. The trade is kind of free right now for the enemies, and theirs is about to be intruded upon. Now, interesting thing is, I don't know why 8th Wonder doesn't just like cut through here and just kill Dogal. I don't know why they haven't thought of that. They have Siege Onager, but I guess they're just want to hold there. Again, I think it'd be really important for Goku. I mean, keep in mind, Goku could have Chuko News by now if he had used all this stone for castles. He hasn't used it for castles, though. He's used it for bombard towers, and this trade is getting really messy, not only because of the bombard towers, but because of the amount of death and destruction that is coming into the base. Oh, but it's Slam! Look at Slam! Slam, just come down here, please. This could be absolutely huge if he was able to get into the trade. Back on this side, finally the Siege Ram. 8th Wonder is pushing with the Siege Rams, and he needs some support, I think, with some Halbs, and because otherwise these Paladin are going to be able to deal with that pretty easily. But that's still a good push, still worth it in my opinion. But wow, Slam, is he going to be able to push out. Is he going to try and make a move there? He's not going to have time, because it looks like the Chukanus are going to deal with most of that army there. Back on this side, of course, Viper's still trying to push in, and it looks like it's kind of stalled. Nikov's couple good Onager hits. It really did a good job. Both of these guys making messy towers everywhere, man. And just really has been a crazy game, I must say. And Nikov has been holding on wonderfully. It's funny, Nikov's the best team game player on Boobly right now, and he's been struggling so much. But, you know, pushing back on this side is 8th Wonder, and I don't think we ever thought that was going to happen, but it is. Not to mention that it seems like in the middle as well, Slam is getting pushed back, and a lot of Bombard towers going up from Spaden. And, well, that middle was pretty important to the push there from Slam, and also they're getting pushed here as well, and that's a lot of resources going down. This is a really significant push happening, and not to mention on this side as well, though it's stalling, really huge. They've lost a lot of ground, and it could really, unless there's a huge Siege Onager shots coming from Nikov, be the end on this side as well. I have some theories as to how some of this has happened, but I'll save it to the end of the game and just kind of go over what's happening. Nothing in the trade. I just have to watch. Is there anything in the trade? No. Nothing just yet. But look at the amount of Rams. 405 HP Rams from the Celts. It's just no small feat. And these are going to be Siege Onagers soon. Viper sees it, and he's just trying to run away from it. It went down to the Bombard Tower, of course. I like the fact that Goku's making Rams here. He's trying to deal with these towers, but he's not going to be able to do that forever with all the Hussars and the Paladin there. Back on this side, the push is just continuing, man. This is absolutely insane. And finally, they could get a Siege Onager cut here. This is what I'm talking about. Don't even use the Rams here. Just cut through the wood. Just a small section right here as well. There you go. Just cut through. Obviously, you still want to be able to cut some with your lumber camps, but just cut through and, you know, do the damage that way to the eco of Dogao, which is kind of pushed into the back at this point. But still, go on through with the Rams and the Halbs and go that direction. I think that'd be a wise move. Now, are the Siege Onagers going to do any damage on this side to the Arbalest and Viper? Haven't seen it just yet. Viper still struggling to really do all that much with the Arbalest amidst all these towers and the Siege Onagers as well, you would think. But they're holding here. They're holding here for now. I think these towers from Goku is really smart. Without them, they would have lost the game already. But this other side, they've lost other towers, and I don't know. I wish the spectator dashboard had a little spot for trade carts. That'd be really nice. If it had trade carts there, then I would be really satisfied, because then I wouldn't have to toggle between all 8 players at this point in the game. However, Siege Onager's coming out from 8th Wonder. Slam just on the ball, though. I mean, these guys just know what's up, right? And they see that. But at the same time, you know, we can't really, these Paladin can't do anything because these Chikunus and Halves. And 8th Wonder's really been doing well, I must say, with the siege on this side. And back here, we're still seeing the same old push continue from Viper and Spaden. And Spaden is actually, with all these towers, he's gained so many kills from them, I think, that he's gained the score lead. Of course, he has Paladin as well, which has been doing a good job. But there we go, the Siege Onagers. They're going to get some big hits there. Not to mention the Chukunus are there as well. And I think this is just really, really bad for Slam. Really, really bad for Goku. There's not much they can do right now. And, you know, behind it, we also have Naja building these towers, and that's what they should do, really. It's just not looking all that good for these players on both sides. But they are holding, and with the towers just going down, Viper's just destroying so many buildings with his rams. They actually avoided this area, it looks like, and they've gone this direction, and there's like a little area without towers that they could potentially kill some trade with. But right now, they're not doing it. They're just killing buildings, killing all the towers. It looks like Viper using his rams on that tower, getting close to the end, I think. But it's been exciting. I mean, look at the amount of kills all these players have had, and big push for sure. I like the way they've all stuck in it, and you know, unfortunately for Nikov, there's nowhere he can really go right now to reboom and get some gold. And he has to start trade amidst all this commotion. And Viper, if he gets some support here from Spaden, he can just sit in here with Arbalest and kill trade. Unfortunately, these Arbalests will go down, I think, right now if he stays there. And but look at Spaden just building towers amongst the towers and amongst the base of Goku and co. And really funny, man. Really funny when the towers come out, what these guys do. Even getting murder holes now, Goku, to help out. The tower's going to be helpful with that. And Siege Onagers, I have to say 8th Wonder has done an excellent job with the Siege Onagers. And there's the GG. And I think it was coming. Viper, not yet actually in the trade, but it was only a matter of time, right? So these are the two things I think went wrong. First of all, Nikov deleted his wall, right? And that was about down this direction. I don't even know where his original base was. I think that was right here. So first of all, he deleted his wall, and then he just uphill battle from there. But he was Celts, and 8th Wonder did such a good job versus Vikings down on this side as Celts. His siege so high on HP, just so important to have this Celt siege, this Celt-like mix of units in Imperial, right? So to not have that for Nikov's team was absolutely huge. Also, Goku did an excellent job with these towers, right? But he stayed Cavalier, and like Cav, the entire game is Chinese. And meanwhile, on the other side, we had Naja going Chuko Nu, which is much, much better, and also heavy camels as well. So, I mean, we had no heavy camels to counter the Paladin on this side of Spaden, and also we had no Chuko Nu, and those were two big mistakes in my opinion. I think Goku was kind of forced into some of his decisions, but Nikov being out of the game was a big deal. So anyway, GG guys, thank you so much for watching that one. That was certainly fun. Certainly fun one.